So the fucking neighbor and this Jonathan keeps telling me to shut up. You shut up, bitch. Get a fucking lawyer before you tell me to shut up. And I knew since a long time ago that I had to be skinny because they were forcing me to be fat. The neighbor wanted me to be fat. And average 5'7" woman weight is 120. 120. So because he forced me to be overweight from my height, forcing me to be fat with magic, that's why I have the uterus problem. And like I said, he went into Enterprise because I told him I worked there because of the fucking neighbors. And then they found him because they knew who was gonna fucking be able to fucking help them, right? So then they stole my private information. Like I said, the worker was not supposed to steal my private information, and then he took out all of my background check information, and that's the one that fucking doesn't. He got hired to fucking ruin my life because the neighbors didn't want me to, especially Ingrid and the fucking fat ass neighbor, the witch. Regalado family, yeah. Doña Olga, she and her fucking Edgar Regalado and Ingrid with her, she thought that she was so special, and that because the neighbor said, the witch, that I couldn't be important. Well, anyways, at the end of this whole shit, I can't stay here alive like this because my aliens already had told the government that they were here to take the star seeds, especially me. And what I'm saying is that the audacity of them to take my private background check information out of Enterprise because he violated the fucking rights of privacy, okay? And he knew how many credit cards I had, how much debt I had, what was my credit score. He went into my house before he did this whole device shit that the neighbor told him to do. And like I said, he has been forcing me to be fucking fat, overweight, with fucking santeria, and it's voodoo and all of the fucking magic. And like I said, now they're complaining. God had told me I had to be skinny. Yeah, because I am overweight with the weight that he wants me to be. You know what could happen with this whole fibroid thing? It can lead into me losing my whole uterus. And he wanted me to have birth control because he wanted to fuck around with my period. And I'm not overweight naturally, okay? And everyone knows this. So because apparently for these fucking fat pigs, I had to be fat. Like I used to be 130. Before that I was 120. Before that I was 115. Before that I was like 100. Okay? I was never fucking fat until they got here to fuck around with my life. And I already heard the freaking ending. I already heard the lawsuit. They're like, they purposely knew who she was. They ruined her life. She was sick the entire time. They didn't leave her alone. They messed with her face. They messed with her body. He had her fat on purpose. He gave her health problems on purpose because they didn't want her to be important, and that was none of their business. So these people, I'm 5'7". When I was last skinny was when he made me throw up. And he made me gain from 150, which is like 145. I was like 140, 145, and then it was already gaining weight. But then I got up to like 190, and I got really, really, really sick. And he couldn't do it, I guess, when I was skinny. So that he was They were messing around with my weight, up and down, up and down, and they are messing obviously with my hormones. He knows how to fuck with any freaking woman and any man, whatever. Like, he's making men's testosterone levels go low and their sperm to be dead, and he's causing health problems, not just with me, with everyone else. And like I said, he worked at Enterprise, and the fucking owner, whatever, like, they helped them. They helped the neighbor. They helped them get their fucking way. There was a lot of people involved, and all because I was too rich, and because I looked too expensive, and because I am. And that's gonna cost a lot of fucking money, and we cannot fix his fucking problems. We cannot fix their problems. So they use coffee to get me sick, and God told me it's not the coffee. So I'm 185 pounds, and I haven't lost weight because he doesn't want me to lose weight. So being overweight, because he's forcing my body to be fucking around with my hormones and cortisol. I don't sleep. He doesn't let me fucking sleep. If I sleep an hour, it's a problem. If I sleep half an hour, it's a problem. If I don't hear him yapping all fucking day and night, bitch, is a problem. I'm gonna be dead regardless. I can't fucking exist. But like I said, there's gonna be a lawsuit, and there's already a lawsuit in the works, okay? And you guys have a lot of balls that you guys mess with my energy, try to make it into the Matrix, trying to steal my freaking life destiny. I don't care who the hell you guys are. My destiny, my life was not for you to fucking mess with at all, because I'm not just anyone, okay? And you should have never have thought I'm gonna try to steal her energy. They couldn't get my energy. And I don't know how the fuck he took my protection off, which was under my aliens. We're protected, okay? And he had to figure it out and how to get me sick, how to take my protection. And these witches are using my protection. That is obviously against the law, because it's not theirs. It's my aliens, okay? It was my aliens. And it was for my own good. And all because the neighbor apparently said that I couldn't eat witchcraft. Obviously, I knew I couldn't. They were trying to protect me from getting any type of witchcraft in my body. I couldn't. I reject it. And he doesn't let me fucking throw it up because he doesn't want to. I'm gonna be dead anyways. I'm not gonna exist until he says so. And I'm basically, he's holding me hostage against my will, against what my aliens, which are obviously I'm property of them, okay, because I have powers. I'm property of them. It's against their will too, because I didn't get to live because of this, because they should have never used my private information, never should have gone into, they have hackers that hacked into the freaking medical records. They stole them, and private information. And yeah, this is not going to end well, because there already has been conversations with my aliens that have argued and talked to the government and told them that they have to stop and they had to leave me alone. God already had told me, because I talked to I have the conscience of God, and now everyone wanted to have conscience of God. I'm sorry, but like, apparently I look like an angel. I still am an earth angel, okay? And I'm a powerful being that had to exist, and I'm not sorry that I had to fucking live here, but it's gonna be sad at the end because you people took advantage of it. And like I said, because he forced me to be overweight, that's against my freaking natural. I'm like I said, I'm supposed to be like 100, 110. I have cancer. He gave me cancer on purpose, okay? Cancer doesn't mean that I have to be fucking fat. The neighbor wanted me to be fucking fat, and she wanted me to be ugly, and she wanted my name to be ruined and my reputation and everything, because they hated the fact that I was important, and that my family wasn't ugly, and that my family wasn't poor, and my family wasn't struggling and stupid like them. And they have done this on purpose to try to blame it on them when it's not their fault completely, or not 100%, but it is, okay? And they hate the fact that I'm psychic. I'm supposed to know the world. The world knows I was psychic. They already knew that I was already an alien. They already knew I was a hybrid. They already knew that I was a psychic of the future, okay? And that I was naturally born like this. So yeah, I'm still gonna die anyways, no matter what you do. And especially, you're not helping me fucking be fucking obese because you don't want me to be skinny. And it's against the nature, obviously, because you're forcing this shit to be done.